Hi everyone. Okay, so today we are doing a love reading about their current feelings for you. Now, this is a specific person you have in your mind. You could be in a relationship with them, in a no contact situation, in a limited contact situation, or you simply like them and you want to know what they feel for you. This is a general reading, which means it may or may not apply to everyone. So please take it only if it resonates with your story. Now, another thing is that energies are always flexible. So, whatever story will come out today, these can be your energies or your partner's energies. So, please check accordingly. And this goes for cross watchers also, who are here to see for their Cancer partners. This reading can be applied to your sun, moon, or rising sign. Now, let me quickly explain you the whole pattern of this reading. We will take cards out for your recent past, present, and upcoming future, and then the overall guidance for you from universe, right? Okay, so let's start with the love reading for the sign of Cancer for the month of November. And first we'll take out 3 cards here for the recent past and we'll see what energies are guiding us here, right? Okay. So we have 3 of cups here. We have Queen of Wands here. We have the High Priestess over here. All right, Cancer. Cancer, this is 3 of cups here. Okay, now this is your partner's energy. In the recent past year, Cancer, for some of you, I'm getting that, there had been a third party situation, okay? And this third party could be about, your partner entertaining somebody, outside your relationship, okay? Or this third party is that your partner is married to somebody else, okay? And this is like third party situation, between both of you and somebody else, and their spouse, or Cancer, you are married to somebody else, okay? But there had been a third party situation over here, okay? Now, for very few of you, I'm also getting the energy that this third party could also be about, family, or friends interfering, like family interfering in this relationship, or trying to influence your partner, and it could be about career also, but honestly I'm not getting that energy here. For most of you, I'm not getting that energy, okay? But career, see, this is a general reading, so yes, there is a possibility that finances and career could be an issue for some of you, but like I said, I'm not tapping into the major energy over here for finances, okay? Now, Cancer, your partner, is kind of probably, I'm getting the energy that here, either there had been some kind of distance coming because of this third party between, both of you, or you do not know about this, Cancer. Maybe you have some kind of, hunch about it, that my partner is still talking to their ex or they're talking to somebody outside, but you don't have any proof. Okay, you don't have any proof. You have some kind of, like I said, intuition or gut feeling about it, but you're not getting it. Okay, and for others, probably this thing came out in front of you, right? So Cancer, this is definitely a third party situation that I'm getting over here. We are definitely dealing with a third party situation, right? Now this is Queen of Wands over here. This is your energy, Cancer. Cancer, I'm getting an energy here that you are in a very courageous energy in the past, because usually if your partner is entertaining some kind of third party, or your relationship is stuck in some kind of third party, it takes a toll on you, and you feel helpless and you feel miserable. I'm not getting that energy somehow, okay? Because Cancer, I think that you have gone through a lot in this connection or in your previous connection with somebody, and you refuse to feel miserable because of anybody else now. It's almost like, if somebody wants to do something which is, unethical and which is immoral, so you're realizing that you can't stop people from doing that. Just because you feel they are your partner, or you feel, that this is a relationship, you are realizing that you can't stop people from doing what they want to do. So let's say if you know that your partner is cheating behind your back, or you have some kind of gut feeling about it, you are not stalking them, you're not going behind them, you're like, okay, fine, if somebody wants to do it, I can't stop that. I can't stop that. So what you're doing, instead of, focusing your energy onto what my partner is doing, where they are going, with whom they're talking, you're bringing this energy on yourself. Okay, you're drawing some very rigid boundaries over here. You are raising the benchmark here. And although I don't feel it, with the past energies here, but Cancer, for some of you, I'm getting, that there is a thought in your mind that if things will go beyond this, if they will become more negative or more toxic, then probably you will even walk out of this relationship. Some of you will do the complete breakup, okay? Or let's say if you're married, you have kids, or you have other kind of dependency, attached with this person, then you may not really completely move out, but on emotional, mental, or even physical level, you may end the connection. So you are not, now letting this person take your peace of mind. Okay, which is not easy, Cancer. You don't reach this point without really suffering. Okay, standing at this energy, when your partner's energy is this, is the biggest proof, Cancer, that you've gone through a lot emotionally. And you're like, now done, I'm done. I can't take the stress of other people's misbehavior, immaturity. I can't do that. I can't do that. I have to live for myself. If other person does not care about me, I have to live for myself. I have to take a stand for myself. And so you have decided that you will behave in a way that is, healthy for you and not for anybody else. Right? You feel like talking, you'll talk. You don't feel like talking, you won't talk. Like you're not answerable. Because you are not, making them accountable or make them responsible for what they're doing. So likewise, you are in no mood to listen to anybody. Because if you see this queen over here, she's so bothered about this flower, right? That's it. That's all about your interests, your life, You are just bothered about that, Cancer, now. The High Priestess here, this is the energy of your relationship. So definitely there are a lot of secrets in this connection. There are a lot of secrets, right? Definitely, like I said, for some of you, you know about this third party, and for others, you do have some kind of idea about it. You feel it in your head, but, you exactly don't have the proof. So there are secrets. And for others, where this can be family or friends, the secrets are about your partner, holding back their feelings, holding back the information. And because this is the energy of your relationship, so Cancer, this is from your end also. Like I said, you are also kind of, stepping back. You're also not really opening up with your partner and telling them that, listen, I don't want to, now take the load of this connection. I don't think so there has been any communication here about your change in behavior. I think you have just done it. Like one fine morning you woke up and you realized enough is enough. I can't just, waste my life like this. I can't keep crying. I can't keep getting anxious. I can't keep, dying like this. And the other person is just not ready to understand me. Right? So there are, emotions which are not really expressed over here. There are secrets here. There's hidden, like I said, information over here. Okay, but because if you see, behind this lady, there are two pillars here and there's a curtain. Now, behind this curtain, you don't know what is happening. You don't know, Cancer, right? So, Cancer, you have secrets in terms of you're not opening up about, that you have taken this big decision of not really putting efforts for the time being in this connection. You are putting that energy into yourself, and your partner definitely is holding back a lot. No doubt about it. Right? Okay, Cancer. So let's take out now 3 cards for the current energies, and we'll see what universe is guiding us here. So Cancer, while I'm doing your reading, I'm feeling kind of the energy of, being lost, like someone is really lost. So Cancer, even though you're taking a stand for yourself, but somewhere from inside you're feeling lost. Because of course, this taking stand is coming after extreme suffering. So it could not be, that you don't have any damage within you. For the time being, yes, you know that this is the right thing to do, but you don't know, what next. And you don't know for how long you can hold on to these boundaries. After all, you're very emotional. So definitely, Cancer, you are feeling kind of lost, and few of you're feeling very lonely, because I'm feeling that energy, very strongly right now. Okay, Cancer, so 3 cards for Cancer for the current energies, and we'll see, Cancer, how you're feeling currently, how your partner is feeling, where this connection is going right now. Let's see, Cancer. We have the Chariot here, we have the Queen of Cups here, and we have 7 of, alright, Wands here, alright. So we have the Chariot here. This is the energy of your connection, okay? So Cancer, your relationship is somewhat not moving in reality, although maybe for everybody else, this is a connection which is going on, or this is a marriage which is going on. Even for both of you, like I said, for most of you, I don't feel that any kind of like a permanent breakup is happening over here. Yes, they have secrets, you're creating boundaries, okay? So even for both of you, for the namesake, this relationship is on, right? But is this really on? Like, is it really happening over here? Are you guys really, expressing things? Are you guys really becoming vulnerable with each other? Because relationship is all about being transparent, but there's so many secrets. So maybe from the outside, on the outside, this world sees that, okay, they both are together. You both, yes, for the namesake, like I said, you're together, but not really together. This connection is not moving anywhere. Okay, because if you see this chariot is all about movement, right? But if you see, okay, these two are sitting, and this man is still sitting on the chariot, okay? There is no movement. So there is a chariot. But the positive side is, because there is a chariot, so there is a possibility that even if your connection is not moving right now, probably it will move. Probably it will move, because that is exactly what the purpose of chariot is. Movement. Carrying people from one place to another. Yes, maybe it is not moving right now, right? But it will do what it has to do, right? For what it is built. So maybe your connection is kind of stuck right now, Cancer, but at the same time, there is a possibility, that we'll see whether it is moving in the future or not, but there is a possibility that this connection can move. But currently, you can say that, this is your relationship and both of you are sitting over here. None of you are taking very strong efforts, to move this connection. Your partner, they are into their own world, right? Into their own problems. And Cancer, you are into yours. So whatever communication is happening also, that's very on the surface level communication, or it is not happening at all. At all. Now we have Queen of Cups over here. Cancer, this is your energy. So despite, you know, like I said, you definitely kind of created boundaries over here, but you're kind of feeling lost. And why are you feeling lost? Because you still love this person, Cancer. You really love them. And that is the reason, probably that even if you think in your mind that if they will not really, improve the way they are dealing with this relationship, I will maybe walk away. You do have these thoughts in your mind, but you're not exactly able to do it. Why? Because you love this person and you really love this person, Cancer. Yes, even if they are cheating on you, even if you feel that this is an issue where their friends or family are kind of influencing them, right? Or any other kind of toxicity involved, despite all of that, Cancer, leaving this person, this is somehow feeling which is something outside your control right now. Outside your control. You're trying to be the bigger person over here. You're trying not to pick up fights over here. Okay, you're trying not to say anything here. Right? Because even though you are hurt because of them, you do not want to take it out on them until and unless, probably you feel too provoked or you feel that, you pushed to that level. You don't want to take it out on them. Right? Because you love this person, Cancer. See, that is why you're feeling lost, Cancer, because there are two opposite, two contradictory feelings, and both of them are very strong, which are happening simultaneously. On one hand, you know that this person, is doing wrong with you. You know that they are hiding things from you. You know, probably this is a third party situation, You know it. And you feel like walking away. But then there is another strong feeling which is not letting you. And you feel lost. Because that other feeling is love, and that bond is so strong, the memories in your head are so strong, right, that you just can't. So Cancer, especially those Cancers, where you're married to this person, or you're married to somebody else but you have kids, okay, and you're dating Cancer, or you're dating somebody else, Cancer. You're focusing more on your kids, right now. That's what I'm getting. You're trying to focus more on your kids, and if it's not about the kids, then you're trying to focus more on the things which make you happy. Okay? Your hobbies, or maybe your work, whatever. Because like I said, you don't want to mess this connection more. You don't want to. Because not only, you don't want to take the guilt of hurting somebody, but also, you feel that you can't handle it anymore. Earlier also, like I said, you just don't want to say anything to your partner right now, because you feel that, if someone wants to cheat on you, the person will cheat on you. If someone wants to betray you, they will betray you. Like, you can't change anybody. And Cancer, you feel that you have given enough to this person. Right? Okay, Cancer. So now we have Seven of Wands here. Cancer, Seven of Wands is your partner's energy. Okay? Now, your partner is sitting again in a very defensive position. Like, they are just kind of telling you that, listen, right now, leave me alone. Okay? I'm literally begging in front of you, like, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you, or, I don't want to answer your questions. I don't want to entertain this, please. Why are they so defensive, Cancer? Because, first of all, they have secrets, and they're scared that those secrets will come out, or they know that you have an idea, or that that they have secrets, there is a third party, or their friends or family are plotting something, or some kind of issue is happening, and they don't want to face you right now. They don't want to talk about it. Right? They don't want to talk about it. So they're keeping a distance from you. They're keeping a distance. And if you're trying to go, and if you're trying to talk, Cancer, although for most of you, like I said, that you're trying to focus on something that you love, because you're trying to be positive here. But even if you're trying to, talk to them, they are not being very, very respectful about it. Either they're not replying at all, okay, or even if they're replying, they're just asking you to give them break, or they're kind of just ignoring or making excuses. But this person is not available for any kind of serious conversation right now, Cancer. They're not. They are not. Okay. And for very few of you, I'm getting, Cancer, that some of your partners feel, Cancer, that today if they are entertaining a third party, or they are not really being transparent with you, it is somewhere your mistake. I'm getting this energy for some of you, Cancer. That your partner feels that this is your mistake, that you probably forced them to build this wall around them. And they are saying that I'm happy in my world. Now, please don't come again and ruin my world. Please don't do that. So, for some of you, like I said, your partner feels that whatever they're doing, it's kind of a survival mechanism over here. They feel they had to do it. Otherwise, they would have gone crazy because of the issues that, that had been happening over here. So, Cancer, somehow your partner feels that their behavior is justified. Okay, for some of you, they feel that you did bad to them. Okay, and now, like, to survive, okay, to get back to life again, they're doing everything that is required, and they feel they're not answerable to you, and somehow they want you to stay away. Right, Cancer? So, Cancer, there's a lot of distance between both of you. Even if, like, physically, you guys are together or staying in the same town or city, mentally and emotionally, a lot of distance between both of you, Cancer. And Cancer, you're holding back a lot, because you don't want to mess this connection more. As of now, you don't want to. You're still somewhere keeping hope, that maybe this person will come themselves and tell me, or this person, will realize and do certain things. But both of you have a lot of gap and distance, secrets. Okay, Cancer, now I will take out 3 cards here for the immediate future. And so guys, understand one thing. When I say immediate future, all right, energies are flexible. Okay, you can't trap energies under a rigid timeline. It's only for our understanding that we try to divide the readings, into monthly readings, or some people, they do weekly readings. Okay, so that is why whatever will come here, for most of you, it will happen within November, but for others it can stretch out to further months also. So remember that. Okay, now 3 cards for Cancer for the immediate future, and we'll see what is happening here, how you would be feeling, what your partner would be doing, and what will happen to this connection, Cancer. Let's see here. We have 4 of Cups here, we have the Tower here, and we have the Knight of Swords here, Cancer. Alright, Cancer, so we have 4 of Cups here, Cancer. This is your energy. You are feeling quite sad, disappointed, lonely, abandoned. You're kind of grieving over here. Right? Because like I said, you have been trying to hold back with Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups. Both are queens, very mature energies, very understanding and loving energies, So with Queen of Wands, you were trying to focus on yourself more, drawing the boundaries. With Queen of Cups, you understand that you still love this person, okay, and you don't want to mess up this connection more, so you've been holding back. Okay, but what happens when you hold back too much? It starts damaging you because you're not venting it out. So what is happening over here, Cancer? Your suppressed emotions over here, your suppressed feelings, they are now affecting you. And you're kind of grieving because, you feel that your person is not doing anything about the issues, happening here. You have been hopeful that this person will understand, that where they are wrong. But probably they're not doing that. They're not owing up, their mistake. They're not owing up that they have secrets. They're not coming and telling things to you. They're not being honest. They're not being loyal. They're not being transparent. And probably you waited and waited and waited, and now, Cancer, you feel that probably this thing will never be okay. Now, this is the reality of this relationship. There are only two options left. Either I walk out of this connection, or I accept that this is it, this is the connection for whole life, and it will never gonna change, and I compromise. You still don't want to walk away because you love this person. And staying here is becoming more and more difficult for you. So what is happening here? You're kind of grieving, and some of you could be drinking a lot, because if you see this person is drinking, 3 more cups waiting, and this person is drinking, or if this is not about exactly alcohol, then you are really not indulging in healthy activities. You could be eating a lot of junk food, not really exercising, not talking to people, too much on social media, everything that is affecting your body, your soul, your mind, in a bad way, you're indulging in those activities. And I understand, Cancer, this is not under your control right now. And especially for those where your partner feels that if they are doing this today, it is because you pushed them to do it. Now, this can be really painful, Cancer, right? If your partner is kind of entertaining somebody else and they are kind of trying to show you that I'm doing this because you made me like this. So forget about them realizing. They feel that you are the one who should apologize. Now, this can really take a toll on you, right? Now, this is some gaslighting which is happening over here. This is some toxicity which is happening over here from your partner's side, Cancer. Right? But Cancer, you are really grieving. Right? We have the Tower over here. This is the energy of your relationship. So definitely, Cancer, the relationship or the marriage that you know of, it doesn't matter whether you guys have been together for 2 days or 20 years, it doesn't matter. Whatever you knew about this relationship, whatever you knew about your partner or yourself, everything is coming down. Everything is shattering away. Right? Now, for most of you, the shattering away, I don't think so means that a permanent breakup. But yes, this is a general reading. For some of you, either you or your partner or both of you can decide, okay? Because both of you are kind of, like I said, have their own reasons to not to put efforts, okay? So for some of you, this could be the end of this connection. But for most of you, I'm not getting that. I'm getting that, yes, there's a very painful, you can say ending happening over here, but this is not a permanent ending. It's almost like, that this kind of separation is needed. This kind of ending is needed so that, you realize certain things about yourself and this connection, and your partner also does the same. See, Cancer, it is not possible, okay, that only you are wrong in this relationship or only your partner is wrong, right? There has to be something where both of you triggered each other, right? Both of you. But somehow I'm getting the energy that both of you have not been very honest about analyzing your side of the mistake, especially your partner. You have done that to some extent, but not 100%. Not 100% from your side also, Cancer. But definitely if we compare it with your partner, you're much more honest to yourself. Your partner, for most of you, they're in complete denial. They feel they have no mistake. Or maybe 10%, 20%, right? That is needed over here. That is why the Tower moment is happening. Because, see, your partner is not pretending here. They really feel that it is you who pushed them. Now, this kind of big misunderstanding can only happen Firstly, because there is no proper communication between both of you, and secondly, there is no proper, self analysis over here. So Cancer, this is why the star moment is happening. This is why, probably this relationship, will fall down in the immediate future. Some kind of breakup can happen, some kind of separation can happen. People who are married, the things can reach up to the level of divorce, or one of you can really walk out. Right? So be a little mentally and emotionally prepared for this, but at the same time, know that, the turnaround of this relationship is not possible without this. Because see, these are not normal arguments happening over here. These are not normal issues which happen between couple. There are people who are taking advantage of, the misunderstandings of this connection. Because you guys don't talk properly, there's no proper communication happening over here. What is happening? Other people are taking advantage of this connection. Third parties are happening, family, friends, No, don't do that. But then your partner is so stubborn. You can't explain them, right? So universe had to step in, and that is why, this thing is happening over here. So Cancer, yes, it's gonna be painful. And for the cross watchers also. This is gonna be painful, but this is needed. There is no other option. Especially with these energies, there's no other option. Like I said, there's a lot of distance and gap between both of you. It's too much, to be honest, which may not just sort out of one communication, or, one effort. No. Knight of Swords, this is your partner's energy. And look at your partner, they are in such a rebellious mode. Like, you say me one thing and I'm gonna start fight a battle over here. I told you to stay away from me. I told you that you are wrong. I told you I'm doing this because of you. Why can't you get it? You're so egoistic. You're so selfish. You don't understand that, you're the one who has damaged me. Right? And then they are using it as an excuse to entertain other people. But like I said, for most of them, they don't feel it as an excuse. They really feel this is the reason. And that is why, Cancer, you're extremely sad. You're sad here. Because that's not what you wanted for this connection, for this marriage. You have always loved this person, you still love them, but again, you feel so lost. You feel lost because you don't know how to mend this connection. It feels something which is so out of reach now. You feel this person does not trust you. You feel, that they are kind of being selfish. The communication could solve it, but probably, that stage is gone for most of you. There's stages, right? You can't solve everything from communication once things are like really out of control. When communication had to happen, it did not happen. So Cancer, that is why Tower moment is very necessary over here. Please don't be scared of it. The separation that is coming for you, or the breakup that is coming for you, it is only to give you and your partner that time, that space, that shake up, right? To face the reality in a very unbiased way. Your role in this relationship, good and bad both, and to your partner, they will understand their role, good and bad. It is needed. It is needed because there's so much focus on what is not good in this connection, okay, that this is becoming toxic day by day. Your partner focuses on so much where, Cancer, you are not contributing, and to an extent, not like your partner, but to an extent, Cancer, you're also doing the same. You just hold back because you love this person. And that's not how you live in a relationship. That's not even a relationship, to be honest. It's some kind of bondage where you just feel suffocated all the time. So Cancer, please don't hate the universe, or don't, blame the God that why things are happening, or don't even lose patience. This is happening because things can go better in your life. Universe is here to help you, to bless you, to guide you, Cancer. Have faith, okay? I know it's not gonna be easy. And I know that there are no amount of words that I can tell you to make you feel good. I know it, Cancer, and I accept it. Okay, but trust me if you can. If you can't keep patience over here, and if you can't surrender to God over here, okay, the period of separation is only the period of renewal for this relationship or marriage. Whenever this is happening, just remember the word renewal, Cancer. Coming back to life. This connection will come back to life. But what happens? For someone to come back to life, there has to be a death before. This has to die. This unhealthy version of your relationship has to die so that your relationship can come back to life, Cancer. Right? Okay, guys. So now I will take out 3 cards here and we'll see what the universe wants to tell you. Let's see here. Okay, guys, so one thing that after every reading, at least one of you tells me that, ma'am, whatever you said about me, they're my energies, and whatever you said about my partner, they are, my energies here, right? But guys, understand one thing that, energies are flexible, okay? And I always say at the beginning of every video, that in general readings, the energies of 2 people, they can be interchangeable, they can be vice versa, okay? So Cancer, this can very well be you who's being in the rebellious mode over here, and this can very well be your partner who's grieving right now, okay? So be honest, choose your path very wisely, okay, honestly, because either way it is correct. Either way it is correct, okay? Now 3 cards for Cancer, and we'll see that what is coming for you here. What universe wants to tell you. Cancer, I think you're not able to focus on anything these days, right? You try to focus, but not much is happening, because every time I'm tapping into your energy, I'm just kind of feeling so, like scattered, distracted, almost like this energy I'm feeling right now within me, like where I have to bring myself back, like really bring my focus, My words are kind of fumbling. Cancer, you are not in a very healthy energy, love. And, I'm going to send a lot of healing energies to you, because this energy is not easy. I think I'm doing my 6th reading, and all the other readings, yes, they had their own issues, but Cancer, I'm literally feeling your energies physically, and they don't feel that good. All right. We have the Hierophant here, we have the Fool here, and we have the Judgment here. Beautiful cards here, guys. We have the Hierophant here. Now, Hierophant is the energy of your relationship here. So, like I said, for most of you, I'm not getting that this is the permanent ending. I'm not. Hierophant is all about, long-term commitments, marriages, a partnership where you both are meant to be together forever. That kind of partnership, relationship we're talking about here. And universe is telling you that this is what your relationship is. And that's why, I'm getting the energy that even if the Tower moment is happening here, Cancer, have faith. Have faith, okay? Universe is keeping your relationship together, because if you see, this seems like a priest. And priest, if you have, the weddings happening, priests, they bless, right? They bless the couple. They take an important part in that wedding ritual. So universe is telling you that this is blessed by, the higher power, the higher energies over here. But sometimes, sometimes the issues get so much out of hand that maybe as human it is not that easy to sort out things. Even if two people are good, they can just feel stuck. I'm not defending the third party Cancer. I'm not defending. But all I'm trying to say that if somewhere they're feeling this, that they're doing this because of you, then they're also holding back some kind of pain over here. So there's a lot of pain in this reading, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, and definitely more on your side, Cancer. But universe is saying that this is a forever kind of connection, Cancer. This is not those fling or hookup happening over here. And no, your partner does not love that third party. For most of you, even if they're entertaining a third party, Cancer, they don't love that third party. They could be having some kind of emotions, for some of them, if it's an ex or, it's a person that they're really fond of, yes, there could be emotions involved. But Cancer, this person loves you. It's not a one-sided thing you're living here. The Fool here. This is your person's energy. Your person will restart things. There will be a new beginning. And that's exactly, why again the Tower moment. This energy is so important for this reading. Your partner will be coming to this energy of Fool, of starting everything. See the change over here. The person who's so violent over here now is so humble and peaceful over here. But for that to happen, you have to be patient. Number 0. What is number 0? Fresh start, coming back to life, starting from scratch, right? It'll happen. We have the Judgment. This is your energy, and finally you will feel that justice has been served. Finally, the judgment day will come when you will feel, Cancer, that okay, things are happening fine now. Yes, my partner is behaving the way I wanted them to behave. Yes, there is transparency. Yes, there is honesty. There is happiness in this relationship, which probably you kind of thought that it will never happen in this connection now. Like I said, you thought there are only two options, either walk out or compromise. But no. Just like a miracle happening in this connection, that's how things will happen. Right? But the path to that goes through this. Right? But if you see the lightning coming here is coming from the universe. This whole thing is being done by universe. So even if you have to go through this, universe is with you. Right? Alright guys, so now I will take out one card from this deck and we'll see if there is any extra guidance, that universe wants to give you about this situation. But before that, I quickly want to tell you that for the people who are coming here, every month you guys are very well aware about the, crystal jewelry that I offer. And for those who are coming here for the first time, I quickly want to tell you that why it is very important to wear crystals, okay? See guys, crystals, they come from the heart of the earth, right? And earth being such a magical planet, right? The only planet which can sustain life so beautifully. So you can imagine, what powers and magic the earth has, right? Now the crystals, they contain the same magic and same powers, same blessings, okay? Right? Earth is a part of universe, okay? And so crystals are the part of the universe. Just like how earth can communicate with universe, crystals can communicate with universe. Now imagine, okay, that if you can, extract all those energies from the crystal and you align them with your energies, you can also interact with the universe. You can also, make your life powerful and magical. And the best way to do is to wear crystals. It's even more powerful than keeping the crystals. Why? They're directly coming in touch with your energies, right? See, I have been working with crystals since very, very long. It's just now, I have started this, but I think my story with crystals goes long back, and crystals have miraculously worked in my life, in every area, my relationships, my finances, my health, right, and my intuitions. Most important, my intuition. Intuition is the language of universe. If your intuition is on point, if you're always taking the right decisions, that means you're always in connection with the universe. And that in that specifically, crystals have helped me a lot. Also, crystals, protect me from negativity, from anxiety, from depression, insomnia, all kind of low vibrational energies from wrong people, right? Everything, evil eye, everything. Crystals create that defense and that protection around me, right? Now, if you want to buy crystals, whether you buy from me or from anybody else, there are three most important things that you need to understand. Okay, first is that please do a little research before you buy crystals and make sure you're buying original ones, because few of incidents happened with my clients in the past. That someone sold them like fake crystals, and in fact, some reputed website did that. Okay, so please be careful. And second thing is that how one crystal affects one person, it may not affect another person the same way, right? So like right now I'm wearing this white king stone ring, okay? Now let's say if this white king is benefiting me emotionally, the same white king can benefit you financially, right? So if you do not know which crystal is good for you and for what purpose, don't worry. You message me on my crystal Instagram page, I will take your details, I will meditate on your energies, and I will let you know which crystal is good for you, right? And third thing is that, never ever wear a crystal if it's not charged with your specific energies, okay? Why? Because crystals have the tendency to connect with, energies of every person it comes in contact with. And I come in contact with so many people every day, right? You go out, you step out, you do things. Now, crystals will try to connect with everybody. So all of its powers are now scattered, and I don't want that. I want all of its powers to be focused on me. So basically, I want to lock its powers. And how do I do that? I do it by certain rituals, which will charge this crystal to work only for my energies. And let me tell you that these intense rituals are not easy. They are exhausting, draining, okay, and they are very they can go on for long hours, and not everybody knows how to do that, okay? Because I see a lot of people trying to sell crystals by saying it that you buy from us, they are charged by us. You need to ask these people, charged of what, charged of whose energies. If they have not taken your details, they have not meditated on your energies, they don't know your blockages, then no, these crystals are not charged and they're of no use to you. See guys, understand one thing, that crystals have the power to change your life, that I can guarantee you 1000%. But you need to be responsible towards them. They're not fashionable jewelries. You need to prove to these crystals that you're deserving of wearing them. And once you do, they will guide you, protect you, support you, manifest your wishes for you. They will become your guardians, okay? You won't have to worry them. They are my guardians. I have unshakable faith in them, and that's when they work for me, right? Okay guys, so now I will take out one card from this deck and we'll see what extra guidance universe has, for Cancer for this particular reading. All right, Cancer, let's see here. What do we have? What do we have, Cancer? All right, so I'll take this card. All right, Cancer, so you have the message, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. So Cancer, you know already, okay, that what you want. You want this person, you love this person, but your mind is not really allowing you to be calm here, because your mind is thinking negative. Your mind is overthinking, under the pressure of anxiety, right? Depression, fears, insecurities, past traumas, maybe childhood traumas. and you're not able to stay calm right now. You're scared. You're very scared. But universe is saying just hold on to your heart, because that is the place where you will find your peace, where you will find your calm. Like here, Queen of Cups is all about being in love and tapping into that energy and holding on to that energy. If you see a dolphin, dolphin is, they're healers, right? They're healers. Love will heal you. Hold on to love. Every time, when your mind tries to give you some negative thought about this person or relationship, try to remember a good time you've spent with this person. Try to remember, how things used to be good, how much you really loved this person. Hold on to that till the time the universe is doing its work, right? Connect with universe, and you can only connect with the universe through your heart and not through your mind, right? Devil can never enter your heart. Devil only enters your mind. Heart is too pure and too, blessed place for a devil to be. Devil cannot survive in your heart. Okay? So if at all you're feeling kind of, unhappy, you're feeling very heavy, suffocated, don't stay in your mind. Don't stay. Go to your heart. Stay there. Stay there for a while, or as long as you want to, Cancer. Things will be fine. Judgment here, remember? Okay, guys, so that's it for today. I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, then please subscribe this channel. Also, comment here. Please comment here, guys, because, every time you comment here, every time you write something here, words are energy, right? You're creating a connection with the universe. You're creating a connection with me, because like I say, every time I read something, I always try to send you healing energies, always, okay? And like and share this video, okay? See, I may not reply to each and every comment, but I read each and every comment, okay? And for the people who want to book their personal readings with me, you guys should contact me on Instagram. Also on Instagram, every morning prediction for the day is posted, and every day one person is picked up for a free detailed reading, okay? So if you guys are interested, I would be putting the links both for my tarot Instagram page and my crystal Instagram page in the description box below. You can check it out. Okay, so I'll see you guys again very soon. Till then, please take care of yourself. God bless you. Bye.